Okay folks, I'm just preparing dinner, but I thought I'd share this little dish with you. This is what I call, it's really Chinese based. It generally has tofu in there, but I ain't got no tofu, so I'm just gonna make it. It's what I'm referring to as a soup omelet, and it'll make sense here in a bit. So what I got in this bowl is I just got 5 eggs, the whole eggs, a teaspoon of sesame oil, some salt and pepper, and that's all I got in here. And so what I'll do is you want to beat that up really good. Get your pan hot there with a little oil in there. The more you beat the eggs, the more air gets into it, and so the more fluffier it's going to be. So you want to make sure you get plenty of air in there. I mean, this makes a good lunch, it makes a good breakfast, it's a good side dish for a supper, which is what we're going to have it as. It's going to be one of the dishes. Okay, got them eggs beat up. Got the pan hot, and we're going to just throw that in the pan. And then put that back in the sink. And the tricky part to this is flipping this egg, because you cook the egg in the pan, the whole thing, it's not scrambled, it's like a big old round flat omelet. And so it can take some doing to flip it. I usually just flip it just like a regular egg. I'm going to try that tonight. It might just fall apart. Sometimes it's, about, 2 out of 10 times that happens. But if you're not an egg flipper with a skillet, you can take like 2 big spatulas and then pick it up and flip it over. That works as well. Or if you got a good non-stick skillet, you can just slide that into a plate and then flip it back over, however it got to be in there. And it don't even have to, you can cut it in half and put it just wherever you want to. I just do it this way. You don't want to rush the egg cooking, because if you turn the heat up too high, you're just going to burn the bottom of the egg, and it's not going to cook. I mean, it's going to cook, but the top's going to be too much runny stuff to flip it over. You want to make sure you keep this is the first time I'm using these skillets. We bought these, and there's supposed to be no oil required. They don't stick, but I'm still putting oil in it. So you just want to cook it and mix it around. That way all the beat up eggs, it gets around there. And then push the sides back down again. So the goal is you're cooking the egg, you want it all solid on top, because once you go to flip this thing, it ain't going to be, if it's a lot of liquid on top, it's just going to go all over the place. It's going to be a mess. Go. I'm going to add a little bit of my favorite olive oil here around the edges to give it a little bit more slip and slide. Not olive oil, it's avocado oil. There we go. That will give us some more slippery. Moving around in there good. Now all we got to do is make sure all of the top part it's all done. It's flipping around. There we go. The top part there is. So you can see now all the egg liquid is pretty much cooked. We're just going to give it a few more seconds to make sure there's no splash in my face when I do this. Just keep twirling around and let that egg batter get there. I guess you could actually just, if you wanted to, just put a hole in the bottom of it and let the egg run down. But I don't do that. I'm just going to put it around there. There we go. Let it run under. There we go. Another pull down. See, as you can see what I'm doing, the egg is running under it. That way it's building up the thickness of this little omelet. Plus it's... Okay, so this bad boy is ready to flip. Let's see if I can get her done without causing a big mess. Haha, it worked. There we go. So we're going to let that cook now. It's going to continue to puff up. And so what I got here, I'm just going to plate this up. It plates up right out of the pan there. In this pan here, what I've got is, I got cabbage, just regular green cabbage, some red onion. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the cabbage out and the red onion, and I'm gonna put that on the plate. This is gonna be its little resting spot there. There we go. Leave a little bit in there, some of that red onion. You can see, what I got, it's just cabbage, red onion, and this is chicken stock. It's just chicken broth. You could use whatever broth you want, but with eggs, chicken goes really good. And just spread that out a little bit. Now the egg, it is ready to come out of the pan. And so I just gonna lay the egg right on top of the cabbage there. Now here's what I call a soup omelet for, because I'm gonna take all this stock, what's left in the pan here, and I'm just gonna pour it over the top of this egg. It's gonna go under there. You're gonna have a little cabbage, a little onion on there. And there you have it, folks. This is what I'm calling a soup omelet. It's based on a Chinese dish I had, egg. It's usually it's soft tofu, you fry the tofu, then you put the egg in over the tofu, but after that it's the same thing. You flip it over and you put the broth on it and you cook it up, and it's just really good. You can actually put the broth on top of the egg in the pan while you're cooking it, and that way the egg is going to cook with the broth and soak up the egg. But I tend to like it like this. The other way is good too, but this is how I prefer it. So hopefully, folks, you're going to try this dish and like it. It's a fantastic breakfast, lunch, or dinner side dish. So yeah, hope you like it. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, God bless and good eats.